Ever since his first surgery, he has now become an emotional wreck that you now see at the bar. But he doesn't cry at EastEnders just yet. Unlike Kat. Yeah, you see, I know. And he said that he wouldn't be able to get through this speech without crying and messing it up himself. He even sat crying while typing this out. That's why it's got tears all over the pages, see? Unfortunately, brain tumors affect different people in lots of different ways. And sometimes being the loved ones, it can just be difficult for them, if not worse. I gotta sit down, because otherwise I'm gonna cry, and that will not be a good look. So don't video. If I start to blubber, don't film that shit, okay? As the patients, they just get carried along in the system. Surgery, and surgery again for Mark. Radiotherapy. He said the hardest 6 weeks of his life, probably chemotherapy later this year. But Kat has had to deal with all the stress of dealing with him, his changes, patience, mood, affection, enthusiasm, his lack of filter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Telling someone they're a dick or you're stupid apparently is not always appropriate or polite. But who cares? Never mind. We don't care, Mark. We don't care, man, okay? Holy shit, this is just side one, dude, and I'm going already. He says that he's gonna get in so much more trouble for this. Hopefully not divorced. I hope. Oh God, I hope. Kat, don't look at him. Don't do it. He got in trouble earlier this year when she found out that he nominated her for the IW Radio Fundraiser of the Year Award. Along with over 30 other nominations, and she won. So that's amazing. I didn't even know that, man. Follow me this beforehand and catch up on shit. Okay, and then he spent the money on her for surprise flowers for their wedding anniversary. So with that in mind, he is going to get into some serious shit with this. But believe me, it's going to be worth it for Kat. Also worth it for him too. Even though I think he may be crying already by now. You okay, Mark? You're good. Okay, that's fine. Kat, he says that you're his world. He absolutely dotes on you. And he can't believe the amount of shit you put up with. He says you keep everybody going. He cries almost every week when he thinks of your life 5 years ago. A young family, new house, job he had lived for, with so much planned to do, including giving you the surprise for you one day, so he thought it best to do it now, before he forgets about it. So jump forward to now, November 2019. Mark says, we still have a young family in our house. We have an unknown future, 2 young boys who don't have a clue how bad this shit really is. Mark even typed, sorry, the filter's gone. And it breaks his heart. It truly does break his heart. Because of the horrible disease, he says it's unlikely that you will grow older together. Thanks, Mark, thanks for that. Shit. He doesn't know how he would exist without you. He said he probably wouldn't. This is just how much you do for him. You keep him alive. You never moan. Almost never. You never moan when he leaves the taps running, leaves the fridge or freezer open again and again and again, or leaves things out of the fridge that really need to stay in the fridge, like milk, cheese, butter, meat, or your wine. Leaves doors unlocked when you both go out. When he forgets to do things that she's asked him to do 5 times or more that very same day. When he can't drop the boys somewhere or pop to the shops because he's not allowed to drive. You can hold that. There's another 7 pages yet, guys, so bear with me. When he posts on Twitter or Facebook, and it makes no sense at all because he can't type anymore. And he doesn't see his mistakes. Anyone that gets a message from him will normally get a follow-up message correcting his mistakes. But that will have new mistakes in it. This goes on for a few more texts But he keeps people, likes to think that people have learned to understand his new way of communicating. When he falls asleep, 9 times out of 10 before Kat, on the sofa, when you're discussing something that's important. Yeah. I do that now, Mark, that's fine, don't worry. Only this week he said he felt he left his bag behind with her purse inside, and some very, very important items were in there that caused her so much more stress and hard work than she needed to have when she had she was busy enough with her own job and sorting this evening out. You know, this is a lot of stress for people like Mark and for Kat. So, you know, it's wow, you know, things like that happen and it tips you over the edge, you know, a little bit. No. All joking aside, that really is what he's like every day, and she puts up with all of it. I have to say, Mark, you know, we've known each other a little while now, and you are a stand-up guy, and, you know, it doesn't matter, man. She loves you. Everybody in this room loves you, okay? Skip to the end because I'm sorting this evening out. You know, this is a lot of stress for people like Mark and for Kat. So, you know, it's wow, you know, things like that happen and it tips you over the edge, you know, a little bit. No. All joking aside, that really is what he's like every day, and she puts up with all of it. I have to say, Mark, you know, we've known each other a little while now, and you are a stand-up guy, and you know, it doesn't matter, man. She loves you. Everybody in this room loves you, okay? I'm not going to skip to the end, because otherwise I've read this once already today, so I want to get through it. With all the charity work and events that they're organizing together, especially as Mark's been off work so much, Kat hates it when he tries to get involved and tries to help organize things and book stuff off without her checking first. Well, this time you never actually had a clue, and he hopes that he got it right and that you like it. You deserve a medal for all that you put up with and do for him and hundreds of others now, that you need to be given something back in return. So here goes. Mark, I hope you're ready to run like the freaking wind, boy. So, if you bear with me for 2 seconds. I haven't left, okay? Just gotta dry my face. Okay. So, this is for you to open first. It says she has to open it. Mark said that you really are his best friend and his rock. Because of the changes in him, he knows that he's not the same man that you married. He says that with the charity, they see and hear a lot of times that it becomes too much for couples, and they split, and that scares him. He said people call him a machine and a hero, but he thinks and hopes everybody will agree that Kat is the real superhero in this relationship. Kat says you keep him going every day. He says that when he wakes up and you're still there next to him after all the shit that his health has caused you, Mark said that he slept a lot recently because of his treatment. And you give him a reason to get his shit together, get out of bed, and Mark loves you with all of his heart. He wants to thank you for sticking by him. He also says that he's trying hard to get back to the old him, and that's a promise. You dried his tears at the radiotherapy. You cuddled him when he broke down on day 1. Remember, he's an emotional wreck right now, so just don't bear with him. But that did happen. You always told him everything was going to be okay, even when he thought that it wouldn't be. But look, he's still here. He's still with you, awake. Luckily, you better check. Is he awake? He's awake. He's not crying yet. And you still have plans, including skiing holidays, big birthdays, his 40th birthday, your 10th wedding anniversary. And you know what that means? Yeah. the Maldives. And your, I can't say it, 21 plus VAT birthday, okay? So I'm not going to say the number because that's not fair, no. I hope that you don't mind, and it says that you will, but Marcus spent a little bit of money on you. He said that he can't take it with him. Excuse my English, but he says that he can't take it with him, so bollocks to that. Don't worry about not going to change your 10-year anniversary holiday or skiing next year. Hopefully, there's a bit of a theme here, okay? So, here we go. Oh yeah, see, it even says here, there's a whole lot of shit, so it's off to hide. Now you need this, but don't open it just yet, okay? Do you want me to hold the first one?
Yeah.
I'll hold that. I won't drop it, okay? Now, these are Mark's words, all of them. So here goes. Thank you for everything. I love you with all my heart and more. But as I thank you for the last 4.5 years of putting up with me and our new normal life, cue the punches, get ready to let her open the box. Go open it up.
Drum roll.
Open it up. Drum roll, please. It says that you better get yourself. Come on, cat, keep going. Come on, cat. Mark, you didn't have to put the safety lock on it. Shit. Says you're gonna have to get yourself a visa and some warm clothes because you're about to help take off one off your bucket list. He's taking you to New York City. You're gonna stay in Times Square in January. Thank you for everything you do. I will love you forever. Give these guys a big round of applause. Please don't hit him. That was emotional shit right there. Should we have some fun? Please. Let's go.